Hey, what is going on, everybody? Doki the Dingus, aka Wagon Fruit here, and welcome back to Doki the Uncut. This time, we have up top Flapple. Oh shoot, I have the teams flipped. Hold up. We have on the top Miss Marshadow, aka Shttrdbckbrds, I think they're called. A nice Tornadus like balanced team versus Flapple on the bottom. Also a little bit balanced, but more on the aggro side, it looks like. Depends what the Mew decides to be. Interesting matchup here. Miss Marshadow's team looks really good, by the way. A early taunt on the knockoff. Okay, that's actually a covert cloak. It's not boots. Very interesting. There's a couple rockers here, so that's interesting. I'm guessing this was meant to be the late Sneasler check, but it got knocked early. I'm not so sure what the purpose of this was, I guess, but I'm not really too fond of it coming out this early if it was supposed to be a late Sneasler check, at least on a knockoff, right? It can take damage and then recover it back, but now there's no item, so Dire Claw can sleep you. So that's kind of an early positive for Flapple here. Miss Marshadow probably is not that happy about that. We do see some momentum going in Miss Marshadow's favor, though. I'm just going to call Miss Marshadow because Shttrdbckbrds is a long thing. I'm wondering what they're going to go into here because Tinkaton does outspeed Mamoswine, which seems to, and Chandelure, which seems to be the main way of breaking this. Tinkaton is a huge problem, actually. It looks like we might see just a Chandelure. Yeah, we do. So Tinkaton can knock this off, but it doesn't want to stay in on a hit. Actually, Flapple cannot deal with the Chandelure very well. It hits the whole team super hard. Dondozo is kind of like pretty good, but it definitely looks like it wants to be handling the Mamoswine and the Scizor here. So, especially if it's like Swords Dance Scizor, right? But like generally, definitely wants to be handling this Mamoswine. So this is actually a really scary Chandelure. We don't see a stay-in, or you see a fire move. Overheat misses! If that is choice specs, that is a really bad miss, man. Oh, that really sucks. That was like an early lead, turning into nothing. Actually going to see a switch out. Scared of a knockoff, but like also is probably locked into overheat. I'm going to guess that that's specs, judging by how he's using it. We do see a taunt. Can't get another spike up, but one spike is still really annoying. It doesn't affect the Torn, obviously. But G-King doesn't want to like exist at 88% if it's not boots. You see a knockoff on the helmet. Another knockoff. That's not really going to get you anywhere. So that was just pretty much a good turn for Miss Marshadow. I guess you don't really want anything else getting knocked, which is fine. So, yeah, the Tinkaton's leftovers are really valuable because of how well it matches up into this team. That spike is going to be really important. If the game plan is to get Chandelure in and out, yeah, it's not boots. If the game plan is to get Chandelure in and out with specs, if you can't get what you need, oh, that overheat's doing 25. That's nothing. Oh wow, and it's leftovers Dozo. That's not even AV, so I don't even know if that's specs really. So that could just be like expert belt. What kind of item are you there? Yawn's very annoying. But this was actually a great switch to Scizor because now Dondozo is taking chip while it's yawning instead of just yawning and getting leftovers recovery back. So this is great because you can U-turn out and you are actually chipping the Dondozo down even if it's just a little bit. We're probably going to see a Zarude come in here and like pray for no body press, I guess. I'm wondering how long Flapple wants this Dondozo to stay around. It's really, really important for the Mamoswine. So I guess getting chip on Dozo right now is actually quite valuable. It's still not looking great for Miss Marshadow. We do see the Zarude is also not boots. We see a Curse. Okay. Curse looks pretty good, especially it looks like especially defensive Dondozo. So having that Curse defense boost, especially for handling Mamoswine 1v1s, looks quite nice. Yawn is interesting. I don't think I would use Yawn here, just because of how much good pivoting Miss Marshadow has. So like the yawn turns actually don't have that like passive annoyance with you healing up lefties because there's so many U-turns coming out. But at the same time, there is a spike up, and that's really annoying. We see a large power whip. Ooh, is that banded? That's so much damage. Holy crap. That might not even be banded. That might have just been a high roll. Zarude is crazy, but that U-turn and poison touch. Yeah, okay. So that's probably best situation for Flapple with what set the Sneasler is. Definitely not a late game set, just a poison touch, possibly choiced set. And that power whip, oh my god, that's so much damage. Zarude is a monster, man. That had to have been banded. That surely was. Or this is an offensive Tinkaton for some reason. But like a fat Spadef Tinkaton looks super annoying to deal with. A Spadef Tinkaton that's like also fast looks really annoying. Okay, we see an overheat. That can't be specs. That's definitely like some expert belt type stuff. We do see an overheat, and maybe that's Scarf. Yeah, that's probably a Scarf Shandy then, which is interesting because of how well regular Shandy does, like without being choice locked, how well that does into this team. I don't know if I like Scarf Shandy, though that does do better against Tinkaton, which actually is quite valuable, so it's not so bad. Oh no, okay, the Terra Mimikyu. Terra Mimikyu clicking SD, that is not a friendly sight, not really what you want to see. But going Torn, very good decision here. It means that you can break it with a U-turn. Super important that you can do that. So it's harder to nail down what Miss Marshadow wants to go into here. But nothing resists Ghost anymore. That Zarude being dead is so bad. Oh, and I think, honestly, like, a lot of that originated from that Torn getting knocked turn 1. Because he didn't want to go into Torn on the Sneasler, because even at full, the Torn can get hacks, and if you go into it on an SD, that's horrible, right? Because if you go into it on an SD, and then a Dire Claw sleeps you, that's horrible. At the percent it's at, that's like 2 mons are dropping, right? So it was like incentivized to stay in. But like, it's still really important to keep a Ghost Resist versus Mimikyu. Still really important to have something to break Dondozo. I think Zarude going down was really not good. I think staying in on Sneasler, really not great. It's a little bit of a gamble, but you kind of know that because of how the Sneasler wanted to switch into the Zarude, it's... Oh, Spell Tag. Yeah, that's smart. Terra Blast? Ooh, I didn't even think about Terra Blast. Yeah, that's 5 base power more than Shadow Claw. Good prepping. Very, very nice. That's super great. Mamoswine comes in, but it underspeeds, so if this is Scarf... Sure, yeah, like Scarf Shandy even doesn't even help with the Mimikyu because it just dies to Shadow Sneak. This is a very, very scary Mimikyu, and... Oh man, Mamoswine lives! But the knockoff doesn't kill, and Shadow Sneak's gonna go first. Gonna be able to clean this Mimikyu up with the Bullet Punch, but do you have I don't think you have enough juice in the tank. Tinkaton being still so healthy for the Slowking. Doesn't want to give up Mimikyu. I actually don't agree with that. You're actually giving Miss Marshadow an out here. I think Scizor being alive and healthy is huge. I think a Terra Ghost +2 Shadow Sneak is a lot of valuable chip versus Scizor, and I don't think Mimikyu is very valuable anymore. The Shadow Sneak maybe. It's tough. It's tough. From my perspective, you have so much juice in the tank in this team. You can still take any hit with Dondozo from Shandy. You can still hard wall this fucking Slowking. We do see a Chili here, right? We do. Very nice. Wow, how do you beat this? Chandelure comes out. Probably looking to Expert Belt boosted Energy Ball this. I don't know if it dies. Oh, but it's Scarf, isn't it? Oh, Psychic's not doing anything. That's a dead Chandelure. That's probably game. Scizor being... Yeah, I mean, if this Scizor was, like, way less healthy and possibly even dead to this Spike, if it got +2 Terra Ghosted Shadow Sneaked, honestly, easier to close this out. that defense drop not mattering because of Unaware, but it's looking very over. Definitely want Slowking in on this. It is leftovers. You can try to Sludge Bomb Poison. I don't agree with the close combats. Yeah, Scizor is getting way too chipped now, and it's looking like a Tinkaton wins this game from here. You definitely have to go Slowking, try to get that poison, and try to, like, stall this Dondozo out. Close combating into it is not getting you anywhere. That rest, yep. Oh, it's rest and nothing else. Whoa, Yawn, Curse, Liquidation, Rest. I don't know if I would advise for that set, but it's definitely working. It's kind of like a mix between a mid-game Spikes chipping Dondozo and a late-game Sweeper, which is really interesting. I guess it's the only attack you need, but, like, you still are just sleeping right now. Like, imagine if something like Zarude or Shandy was alive with Energy Ball. Yeah. Clicking Yawn. Nah, because there's a liquidation coming out here. I think you actually have to go to sleep. Yeah, I think you actually have to go to sleep there, but it's like, it's a losing battle. There's still a Tinkaton alive. It's looking over. Damn. I think this was very well built by Flapple overall. Going for early spikes versus this looks very smart. That Yawn's gonna basically seal it. Gonna get a liquidation. Probably gonna see a hard switch out to Mimikyu here for the kill. And yeah, that's it, man. Okay, just wanted to 1v1 it with Dozo. Again, Unaware ignores the defense drop, so this is like a very inoptimal way to do it. But it doesn't matter. This game is 100% over. Oh, wow. I mean, this team is so good. Surely it wasn't a matchup thing, was it? Oh, Kilowattrel also looked really good into this team. Maybe it was. Let's see. Yeah, Psychic. It's basically just conceding. Yikes. Yeah. This was really just a game entirely on the shoulders of Zarude, and it died so early, it looks like. It's really tough. That actually looked like a pretty hard overall matchup. I know that there is an Ursaluna on this squad that just won, but I can see why it wasn't brought. All these other Mons are really, really good into this. Wow, well built and well played by Flapple, honestly. That was quite impressive. Very optimized stuff, very good priorities. Yeah, I think this Dondozo set's a little weird, but it worked. It definitely worked. I think it shouldn't have worked as well as it did, I'm not gonna lie. Just because Zarude should not have died that early, it shouldn't have been let go. I think you still have to... I mean... You gotta take a gamble on the Sneasler. The Zarude is just so integral to the game plan, it looks like. Or just the matchup in general, that letting it go is so bad. it was just so bad for you. Yeah, Scarf Shandy's really interesting. I'm not sure I agree with it. It looks like it was your backup way of hitting the Dozo, which is weird because it's a Chandelure, right? But it's Scarf, so it can't hit very hard. It still gets revenged by Mimikyu. The Mew was early game, so it couldn't really shine against that, right? I mean, it did kill it. It actually did kill it. Never mind. I take that back. I understand why it came, though, because Tinkaton plus Mew, it actually does help with that. And then the Sneasler as well, but it looks like that was less practical. Yeah, I'm just, like, trying to get to the bottom of why this loss happened as astronomically as it did. But it really looks like just a Zarude situation. That was really just very, very... Oh, it was Scarf. Okay, so that had to be... Okay, never mind. I wasn't looking at the chat. So that was looking like a Scarf Adamant Zarude. That was doing so much damage. So I guess he just got surprised, right? And he just wanted the two-shot with Power Whip. Wow. Yeah, that was the turn that really did it in. Unfortunate. But also, like, it's so important. Maybe you should have played around it. I understand wanting to really go for that 2-shot, but it's your most important piece, and you still have a basically full health Torn and a full health G King in that position. I don't think it needed to be risked there. It's easier to say in hindsight, 100%. So no discredit. But yeah, Flapple built that really, really well. Good job to Flapple, honestly. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Miss Marshadow, you'll bounce back. Backboards, you'll bounce back. I am 100% confident in that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys like my commentary, please tell me. If you don't like it, also tell me. See you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody. Bye.